Hi, my name is C.Lewis, and I will be administering the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator to the CNU men's soccer team. The use of this MBTI personality test on the CNU soccer team will reveal personalities on the people on the field. In order for a soccer to have good chemistry, a team must have all like-minded approaches to playing soccer. Administering this test, the soccer team would allow every player to see what type of personality they possess from an individualistic standpoint. Once each player knows their personality type, you can integrate the whole team's personality. It is very unlikely that all 30 members of the team will have the same four-letter type personality. Therefore, you have a group that possibly holds all 16 personality types. As I will discuss, Myers-Briggs, they stated that they have four personality types that are the most popular in the world. That is ISFJ, which is 13.8%, ESFJ, 12.3%, ISTJ, 11.6%, and ISFP at 8.8%. I will explain that I listed four-letter words that I will go up and explain what each of those mean. For example, they were divided into four categories, four dichotomies, which the first is favorite word. So either that is a I or an E. I stands for introvert, which is somebody that is very involved in their self. They're sort of shy. It's the inner world. Next is extrovert, which they are very outgoing. They are the spark of, entertainment. Next is information. So this is how you perceive information. So the two letters that you could be in your personality type are S and N. S stands for sensing, which that is focus on the received information, how you perceive it, and then intuition, which that letter could be N, which is interpret and add meaning to new information. Next is decisions, that is thinking, so that's T, looking at the logical side of an argument. Next is F, and F is looking at people and circumstances. Lastly is structure, so that personality code could have a J or a P. Judging stands for getting things decided, and then perceiving stands for staying open to new ideas. So when administering this test, you will go through a series of steps with the soccer team. First, you will explain who invented this test and why in order to establish credibility. Allowing them to actively engage and become an active listener is a very important part in engaging the whole soccer team and showing them why this is important to take the MBTI test. First, Carl Jung was a psychologist who proposed this personality type indicator to better understand people. This was in the 1920s when he developed this personality test, and it was later revamped in the 1940s by a mother and a daughter named Isabel Myers and Catherine Briggs. The goal of this experiment, according to Myers-Briggs Foundation, is to understand and appreciate differences between people. All of the types that you will get when you take the personality type are all equal. There's no best type. It just describes different people and how they are when they perceive new information or others. Second, you will explain what this test does and how it will affect them. The Myers-Briggs test provides its users with 16 distinct personality types that derive from four dichotomies. The four dichotomies were the little letters I listed earlier that I disclosed what each of the letters meant. This test is useful to the CNU soccer team because it will develop and build a better team, not only for your self-awareness but social awareness among all of its players. In doing this, you may have a higher emotional intelligence on and off the field. This will help determine which type of constructive criticism to apply to a certain player when they are on or off the field. This may also build team chemistry when you're playing. Chemistry in the game of soccer is very important because it will help the teams to play better and understand each other far more. This will also help you perceive certain situations better about each player. According to a human resource professional, the Myers-Briggs test can help you do some of the following. It can help you avoid and resolve conflicts. So when you avoid and resolve conflicts, some people need to be, constructively criticized, or some can be talked to one-on-one. You can play to an individual's strengths. So once you take this personality type with a soccer team, you will be able to figure out what necessarily helps or what hurts a certain player. This will discover how your team style works best. When you discover which team works best and how they work best, you'll have a better season. This will enable your self-understanding of yourself and others to reduce stress in practice or on the field. This also assists communication immensely. Being able to communicate is a major factor in soccer. Without communication, it's really hard to play the game. This will provide managers with understanding, or in this case managers, but on the field it could be captains or coaches, because once you take this test, it will help them better understand players and how they will be able to help them when they're coaching or being a leader. You can work together more effectively as a group. This is very important in soccer because it's a team sport. You need all 11 players to play the game in order to win the game. This will help you develop thinking skills and emotional intelligence. Like I was stating earlier, emotional intelligence, if you have that to it at a high degree, then you will be very successful, not only in soccer, but in life. And also, most importantly, this will encourage your team to understand and be accepting of other people's personality types. Everybody will have a unique 4-letter code that will help them. So you will give the entire team a computer that they are able to access the Myers-Briggs type indicator. You'll show them that an honest trial on the quiz will give you an honest answer. This will all be unique to each individual. So you will need to log on to www.kersey.com/sorter/register.aspx/. This was the test we took in class that gave me my 4-letter unique personality code that I will begin to explain what each 4-letter code means. So using this personality type indicator, it will come up with a 4-letter code, and depending on which 4-letter code you get, it all yields a different response. So I will go through and explain 4 codes that you might perhaps get. First is ISTJ. So ISTJ is quiet, serious. They earn success by thoroughness and dependability. Practical, matter of fact, realistic, and responsible. They decide logically what should be done and work toward it steadily regardless of distractions. I got these from the Myers-Briggs Foundation. So an ISTJ person, they are very introverted. They may be a little shy. So to talk to them or to interact with them on your team, you may have more than one person. You have to take it from a different approach. So also you have ISFP. They are quiet, friendly, sensitive, and kind. They enjoy the present moment, what's going on around them. They like to have their own space and work within their own time frame. They're loyal and committed. So this person might like to practice on their own some. Instead of always practicing with the team, they might want to have their own time to practice on what they're good at. They do not like disagreements and conflicts. So arguing with them would not be smart. It would just put them in their shell, and they will become more introverted. So now we can go to extroverted personality code, ENFP. They are warmly enthusiastic and imaginative. They see life as full of possibilities. They make connections between events and information very quickly. They are patterns they use. Want a lot of affirmation from others. They're spontaneous and flexible. So this type of person will be able to change and adapt to a certain situation. It will help them on and off the field when you are, spontaneous. You have new ideas. So they will like that. And the last personality code that I'll explain is ESFJ. This actually was my personality code. They're warm-hearted, conscientious, and cooperative. They want harmony in the environment, work with determination to establish it. They like to work hard with others to compete, task accurately and on time. They're loyal. They follow through even in small matters. So this type of person, they want to be appreciated for who they are and what they contribute. So they want the coach to acknowledge that they are there, and they want to be hardworking and loyal to the team. That type of person, I believe, is a good asset to a soccer team because you want to have somebody that's loyal to a team. So these are all 4 personality type indicators, codes that you could possibly reveal by taking the test. The last one was mine. I really hope that all of these codes that you end up getting are true, and I hope you answer them true. Myers-Briggs laid a groundwork in one of their personality tests to ultimately determine everyone's personality and how their perceptions of life may differ. As Myers and Catherine Briggs state, if people differ systematically in what they perceive and in how much they reach to conclusions, then it is only reasonable for them to differ correspondingly in their interests, reactions, values, motivations, and skills. Myers-Briggs used Carl Jung's two identification theories to better develop the test. I believe this test is very important in establishing a great team, and that's why I administer it to the soccer team. Once you establish this test, you can better understand each other's thoughts and actions. Thank you for letting me administer this test. I hope you all enjoyed it.